Hey fellas, probably wondering why I'm wearing gloves. It's because today we're making kimchi. And if you didn't know, kimchi is a pretty messy business. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Why not? Let me show you what I have here. So here I have some Napa cabbage, and I've prepared this Napa cabbage. So it's one Napa cabbage, and I put a quarter cup of salt on it, and I massaged it in there. And then I put just enough water to cover the cabbage in a bowl. And then I set a plate with a vase on top of it filled with water just to weigh it down. And I let that sit for about an hour. Then I came back and the cabbage looked all wilted like this. And I dumped out the water and I rinsed it several times. And then I let it sit in the sink or strainer for about 20 minutes. While it was happening, I put some spices in a bowl and chopped up some veggies. So in here, I have 3 tablespoons of gochujang, which is a Korean spice chili paste. I have 2 tablespoons of fish sauce, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, and 1 teaspoon of minced ginger. And then here I have 4 scallions that they said rip them in or cut them in 1-inch pieces. Mine are kind of half an inch because I thought that was sketchy. Like, this is such a long piece. Anyways, whatever. And then 8 ounces of daikon radish that they say to cut into matchsticks. I just shredded it roughly because I did not want to sit there for an hour and cut it into matchsticks. So let's begin. Just gonna add my cabbage into this bowl with all the spices and start mixing. And I'm wearing gloves because this stains. My gloves are already stained because I was messing around with it earlier. It also smells, and I don't want to have garlic fingers all the time, as I already do. So I'm going to put the rest of my veggies in and just kind of mix everything in there. Yeah, no. So now I'm going to pack it into a jar. Okay. And then from my understanding, we're just going to leave this in the fermentation station for 1 to 5 days, depending on how things work out, and try a little every day and tamp it down every day. And I would also suggest putting this in a container so that it doesn't overflow or explode. Let's go to the fermentation station. Oh, did it drip on me? No, it's just water. Thank God. This stuff is pretty smelly. Whoa! Dang! I'm gonna put my kimchi in this here container so that when it overflows, it doesn't mess up my entire vibe. And yeah, we'll check in later. I'll let you know how long it takes. So it has been 3 days. Our kimchi's done. It looks beautiful, and I tried some earlier, but it tastes even better than it looks, my friends. Yeah. Yep. And then before we go, I do have a little bit of kimchi history for you. Kimchi was originally conceived in the 7th century in Korea. Cabbage was popular at that time, but then over the winter months, you kind of need some way to preserve it, and so pickling was invented. And then it became even more popular in the 18th century when hot red pepper was finally introduced to that area, and so that's where it gets this beautiful color with that gochujang that we used, and that makes it, you know, all the more exciting and all the more delicious. And it's kind of more or less stayed that way since the 18th century. The recipes are largely the same. I encourage you to make this, eat it with some, you know, fried rice, put it on top of your ramen, eat it straight out of the jar.
Hey guys, it's me. I'm editing this and I realized I forgot to film an outro. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make kimchi on your own. Eat fermented foods. Be happy. Get that gut health. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Bye.